Hey guys, what's going on? So today we have the final part of my CD collection, so yeah, so let's get started. First up, we have an album that I also own on vinyl. I had to get on the CD because it's one of my favorite albums ever. And it's a generic opinion that it's one of my favorite albums ever, but I don't care because I love this album and it helped me get into more extreme metal. That's Slayer with Rain and Blood. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know I fucking love Slayer. And this is my favorite album from them, even though it's the most popular, I don't give a fuck. It's an amazing album, every song kicks ass, and it pretty much got me into extreme metal. So yeah, also I hate how there's a parental advisory because it blocks off the fucking album cover, or part of it at least. But of course, amazing album cover. And there's the inside. Basic stuff, you guys should all know it. Next we have, I don't know why there's so many burnt CDs in this part of my CD collection. But we have Stevie Ray Vaughan, just the greatest hits. Awesome fucking like blues guitar player. I'm sure everyone in the fucking world knows who Stevie Ray Vaughan is. Anyone who knows anything about music should know who Stevie Ray Vaughan is. The dude fucking shreds. I don't listen to this often, or hardly at all, but I have tons of respect. He's one of the best fucking guitar players ever, so this is really cool to have. Next up, we have all my Suicidal Tendency stuff. I actually have quite a lot of their albums, or I have pretty much all their good albums in my opinion. First up, Self-Titled. This is their best one, hands down. It's their most popular, and people say it's overrated, which is bullshit, because this album gets every accolade it deserves. First crossover thrash album, in my opinion. This is not a hardcore punk album. People are fucking stupid when they say it's just straight up hardcore punk, because this album has crazy like guitar solos and faster parts that you'd hear more in kind of thrash metal. This is the first crossover thrash album, and it's an amazing album too. Every song is awesome. Suicide's an Alternative / You'll Be Sorry is a great intro to the album. I fucking love like the psychotic laugh at the beginning. Two-Sided Politics is pretty cool. I Shot the Devil, amazing song. Subliminal, really popular song. Won't Fall in Love Today, really short, punky song, really good. Institutionalized, classic, like when I was with Pepsi. Memories of Tomorrow is pretty good. Obsessed is decent. I Saw Your Mommy is another one of the best songs on here. Funny lyrics. Fascist Pig is decent. I Want More is a really good one, very melodic. And Suicidal Failure is also really good. I should probably listen to this album after the video. This is an amazing album. But yeah, Suicidal Tendencies, Self-Titled. Fucking one of my favorite albums ever, honestly. Not top 10, probably like top 20 or 30. But great album. Join the Army. This one is shitty production, but some good songs. This one's a little bit thrashier, not quite as punky, but still pretty good. This has some popular songs like Possessed to Skate. The title track Join the Army actually has some like kind of rapping in it, which is interesting. I know that's actually a pretty good song. War Inside My Head's another good one, but pretty cool album overall. Next up, we have like a box set. It's like one of those 5 classic albums things. It has everything from How I Left Tomorrow to Still Psycho After All These Years. So first up, How I Left Tomorrow. This one's just straight up thrash metal. It's decent. There's a little bit of filler. Like the second half isn't very strong, and all the discs have this as the disc cover for some reason. The second half of this album is kind of weak, but the first half is great. Trip at the Brain, Hearing Voices, Pledge of Allegiance, How I Left Tomorrow, The Miracle. Cool album. The Controlled by Hatred / Feel Like Shit Deja Vu thing. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite. I hardly listen to it. But it's decent. It's basically a compilation, kind of, but sort of not. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Okay, Wise Counter Revolution. This is a really popular one. It's a pretty good album. A little filler on it, but it has some really great songs like You Can't Bring Me Down, Lost Again. Alone is a really good one. Lovely is a really funny one. Disco's Out, Murders In is another funny one. This also has Rob Trujillo on bass, which is cool. Let's see. Alright, next up, Still Psycho After All These Years. Another decent album. This is the album that introduced me to them. I really loved it for a while, and now I prefer the self-titled. This is a remake of the self-titled with a few extra songs from Join the Army, like War Inside My Head, which the version of that song on this album is way better, but I still prefer the original, because this one isn't quite as angry sounding as the original, Still Psycho After All, as the original Suicidal Tendency self-titled. This is nice to have, though. Art of Rebellion. I don't really like this album that much. It's like, they tried doing like funk type stuff on here, which worked better for, I think it was Infectious Grooves, is what it was called. I didn't listen to that much, but what I heard of it was pretty good. But I didn't really like the Art of Rebellion. It's kind of a boring album, and it drags on way too long. But yep, that's everything I got for Suicidal Tendencies. They're one of my favorite bands back in like middle school, and I still like a lot of their stuff. Next up, we have some punk. We got TSOL with their self-titled EP. Great straight up hardcore punk before they got more gothy. Then it also has another one of their EPs, Weathered Statues. Yeah, as bonus tracks. But the best songs on here, though: Superficial Love, Property Theft, No Way Out, Abolish Government, Silent Majority, World War III, and even the Weathered Statues EP, which is more gothy or death rocky, is really good too. Especially the song Weathered Statues is just great. I feel like listening to this too. I'm probably just going to listen to a bunch of these CDs after. Really like the disc cover, the album cover. TSOL fucking kicks ass. Nice the early stuff. Alright, now we got some black metal. This is Watain with Trident Wolf Eclipse. It's an okay album. It's not the best Watain album, and I'm not nuts about Watain, but this is a cool album, though, definitely. I actually have a poster that came with it back there. Just neat. It's an alright album, though. None of the songs really are that memorable, besides, like, the first one. It's decent. It's their newest one that came out at the beginning of the year. I like the packaging, definitely. It's cool, but it's not an amazing album. But what's interesting is I got to see it at Best Buy, which is interesting. Kind of cool. I know a lot of black metal fans would probably get pissed off by that, but they probably don't like Watain to begin with. So, I don't really care. I'm not a huge Watain fan, but I like them. Especially the earlier stuff. Yeah, Watain, Giant Wolf Eclipse. Also, the spine's kind of cool looking. If you saw that Raconteur CD in the previous video, then I have some White Stripe stuff, which one of them is actually a pretty good album. Vestigial. This is actually a really good album, honestly. It's just alternative, like bluesy rock. But this is before they got all weird and did like folky stuff in like every song. And there's some folky stuff on here, like Apple Blossom, and I think some other songs on here. But it's mostly just straight up blues, garage rock kind of stuff. Not necessarily my forte at this point, but it's very nostalgic for me, so I like some of it. But yeah, it's an alright album. It's not bad. And Early White Stripes is good. I used to have a lot of the other CDs, but they're my parents' CDs. I brought that, give them back to them since I don't listen to them that much. But this one was my CD that I bought with my own money. And the next one is too. This one's a really released a live album. The Under Great White Northern Lights live compilation. It's I'm not big on live albums like this that have very clean production where you can hear the crowd super loud. It's kind of annoying. But yeah. Alright, getting back to the shit I actually still listen to. We've got Zaster with Nocturnal Poisoning. Amazing DSBM album. Probably Zaster's best, but he also I think most of his albums are just as good, in my opinion. And I even like the stuff he's doing now, like the acoustic stuff. I think that's really interesting, too. That's pretty cool. But this album I've listened to so many times, and it's amazing. I can't listen to this every day. It's not something I listen to every day. But I do enjoy it. I think my favorite song on here is probably either the title track, the cover of Black Imperial Blood from Mutilation is really cool. And A Gate Through Bloodstained Mirrors and Soul Abduction Ceremony. Every song here is really great. Very trance-inducing. Not for everybody. I can understand why a lot of people don't like Zaster. Very, very, very raw production. Very fuzzy sounding. Not necessarily aggressive in any way, really. But very trance-inducing and very, like, nice to chill out to, but it's still dark and very extreme sounding. And very alien sounding in some parts. It's very melancholic, but it's not straight up super depressive at first. It kind of takes a while for you to kind of understand it. But it's amazing stuff. So, Zaster, Nocturnal Poisoning. Also, there's a picture of Malefic, or Scott Connor, in Corpse Paint, which is kind of interesting because he changed his opinion on Corpse Paint later on. But yeah. Alright, last two CDs are from a hardcore punk band that I like their early stuff, and that's about it. This is 7 Seconds with The Crew. This is a very good album. Very, like, clean, not clean production, what the fuck? Very clean vocals. They're very... Some people can get annoyed by the vocals of this band really easily, because they're very youthish sounding. And this isn't like Youth Crew, but it's influential to that in a way. It's like a less angry sounding Minor Threat that's more concerned with melody. You could probably call them melodic hardcore if you want to, but there's some really great songs on here though. Like fuck, what's the name of the song? Here's Your Warning is really good. Young Until I Die. That's a really good song. Trust is another good song. Fuck, this is such a nostalgic album for me, too. I listened to this a lot in, like, 8th grade. I feel like listening to this now. Yeah, 7 Seconds, The Crew. Last one is a pretty bad album from 7 Seconds. Take It On, Take It Back, Take It On, Take It Over. It's a newer album from them, and it sounds really pop-punky, which is funny, because there's some lyrics on here that are kind of anti-pop-punk. But it's very, very clean production. I don't like the sound that much. But yeah. That's all my CD collection, though. This is the last video of my CD collection, so yeah. But that's it for this video, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you later.